In 1971, an idea was formed. An idea that would wander around the mind of a man named George Lucas's head for the next 2 years. In 1973, the pen finally hit the paper as the first draft of Star Wars was created. Star Wars is a phrase that everyone has said, heard, or come across at some point in their lives. Love it like some, or hate it like others, it is considered to be the film that changed the way movies were created. It changed the game. The blockbuster was taken to a whole new level in '77 with the epic release of this brilliant idea, and with all of this came a change in the industry. Things just felt different. Directors felt challenged to create the next best thing, whether this is the boom of the sci-fi movie or the bust of what a Western used to be. Movies were no longer created for entertainment, they were created for profit, for notoriety, for toy sales, and for money. All because of George Lucas. So how good was Star Wars for the industry? Did it elevate movies to the point to where we couldn't live without Star Wars? Or did it corrupt the industry so their focus was shifted to nothing but dollar signs? Of course, both came into play. Studios are so focused on money today, but we still get quality product. While most who study film would consider the top-tier movies to be lower budget, there have still been some incredible and iconic blockbusters since Star Wars that have cemented their way into history because they are genuinely great. But what about Star Wars? What about that small idea that George Lucas turned into what we know as Episode 4? It started off great. We got 2 great sequels, one that many consider the greatest ever, and another that ended things off on the right foot. At that point, Star Wars went from being one of the first to one of the best. The franchise had grown into pop culture because of how truly magical the world was. Then, as far as fans knew, it was over. Star Wars had run its course, and fans could only look backward, not forward. Just kidding. Of course that wasn't the end. But it wasn't until 1999 when Lucas decided to take the path that has already been discussed. The path of toy sales and dollar signs. The path of capitalizing on products because of the name. The path of the dark side. Although there are fans of the now called prequels, most hardcore Star Wars fans will acknowledge that they were a step down. George Lucas wanted to try so many new things and visual styles that it just felt forced. By the time they had come to an end in 2006, although popular, Star Wars, once again, was over. Not really. When fans were finally giving up hope on this once treasured franchise, it was announced that Disney was buying the rights from the man who started it all. The man who thought of this entire world from his head had the willpower to sell only because he knew he was placing this in capable hands. So why would George Lucas decide to sell this product that meant so much to him? Granted, it was sold for $4 billion. He was the guy who invented this world, but now has almost no connection to it. Disney refuses to listen to his creative input, and he has since retired from filmmaking. So did he sell because of the backlash of the prequels, or was it just because he knew that he had nothing left to give and wanted to see his creation flourish once more? In 2017, Star Wars will turn 40 years old. Star Wars under the Disney name will turn 5. For almost 5 years, this product has continued to triumph without the godfather of science fiction at the head of it. And to most fans, that is okay. But George Lucas, who is a man who has suffered setbacks and failures, should not be overlooked. He will always be the one who gave us Star Wars, and whether you think he is 3 for 6, the perfect producer, a terrible director, or you just flat out hate Lucasfilm, there should always be a respect for what he has done for the industry and an appreciation for the art he created. For CVM 320, I'm Austin Burke.